Today we're going to be doing a kids or toddler closet organization. I am currently pregnant with my second baby, and we've decided to move our older son Owen to a different room and keep the nursery as is. If you follow me on Instagram and on YouTube, you know I've gone back and forth on this decision, and I've chatted with a few of you about this, but I've done some research and I'm hoping to get this transition done as early as possible and get it done months before the baby's arrival, so it's not two changes happening at the same time, as well as knowing that our second baby won't move into the nursery for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months or so. That's about when we transitioned Owen from our room to the nursery. So with that, it's probably going to be at least 7 months, I would think, before baby number 2 moves into Owen's old room. So I'm hoping he doesn't feel like the baby's replacing him. And again, 2 changes will be happening at different times. So I'm thinking it won't be too overwhelming for him, but I know it's always difficult with toddlers and little ones going through changes. So I'm trying to get him really excited about his new room. We've been playing in here. He likes to jump in the new crib. And the first step I thought I could get ready was his new closet. So you'll see I'm cutting a lot of tags off of clothing. I have a lot of clothing in larger sizes for him that he's not quite wearing yet. So he is still about 21 months at this point, and he has a lot of clothing in the 2T size, as well as some 3T, 4T, even 5, maybe 6T. So I still have most of his clothing in his nursery that still fits him right now, things that are more 24-month size in his dresser and a couple of things in the closet there. But here I'm bringing over all the 2T stuff because I'm hoping to transition him in the next few weeks once we finish all of the other projects we have in here. I don't know if you can see on the floor that there were no baseboards because we had a pipe burst here. We just got new carpet. I'm planning on installing some wallpaper, I think. We need to get curtains hung. I need to do a few more things and rearrange the room and all of that before I move him in. So I figured I could move his big boy stuff, meaning his size 2T and larger clothing, over to the closet, as well as organizing the shelf with some items that he doesn't use as often. And of course, we can easily just come in here and grab stuff if he needs it.
We only need the two of us together, 'cause we got love, 'cause we got love. We only need the two of us together.
The first step with this shelf that I really like is that it is one of the peg hole shelves, so everything's completely adjustable. I have bins that I'm using from his old nursery that I just had too many bins. I really did not need that many. So I know I won't need them for baby number 2, and I am going to bring them over here, as well as I got some more black bins from Target. These are an incredible Container Store dupe. I really, really like the Nordic bins from the Container Store, but they're quite pricey, and these ones are so much cheaper and look the same. So I will link those in the description box if you're interested. I have black and gray in here and white because that's kind of the theme and color I'm going with in his room. Hopefully it all turns out, and I will definitely share with you the progress of how the rest of the room part looks. That may be over on my other channel, Sophisticated Motherhood, so if you are a mom and like motherhood content and have little ones, make sure you subscribe over there as well.
And hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
This took a lot of arranging and rearranging because I wanted to think practically of how high up I want certain items, as well as how well the bins will fit on different shelves. I want things that are low down to be things that are okay for Owen to grab, and things that are high up are a little bit more for me, or things that are even way at the top are just items even I'm going to be rarely accessing because I need a step stool to get to the way top.
River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, gone.
I love this little shoe shelf that I added. It's actually a monitor stand from Amazon, and I can stick his little shoes under the bottom there, and those are going to be the shoes that are too big for him right now, and then all the ones that fit are going to be out in front. And it's such an easy little solution to organize and perfect for his tiny baby shoes. I always think it's fun to add a touch of decor in a closet as well. So I'm using one of the shelves to have a small display with a photo. I had this name sign that my mom found a while back when Owen, I think I was still actually pregnant with Owen, and it's gonna fit this black and white theme perfectly. And then I am going to also get a bookshelf together. You'll see I'm in Owen's current room, and I've already brought in a bunch of baby stuff here, and it is a disaster because that was previously in the closet. That's now gonna be Owen's room. I've moved it all over and just thrown it in there because I'm gonna do one at a time here. And my goal is to pull out all of the older kids' books, less of the board books and touch and feel type books. I'll leave all of those in the nursery, and then ones that are specific to Owen, like have Owen's name on it. I have a couple of those that I bought for him or were given to us. Those are all gonna go in Owen's room. And I could easily see reading to both of the kids together in one room versus the other. I just don't wanna have all of the books in one of the kids' bedrooms and have, let's say, the baby go down to sleep and it's time to read Owen a book in his room and all of the books are trapped in the nursery, or vice versa, and the baby's up later and I just want to read a little book to the baby but there are no books because they're all in Owen's room. I just think it's good to split them up, and this made the most sense to me. Plus, I had 2 full shelves of books in Owen's room, and that is just a ton. We have lots and lots of books, so we have enough to have one shelf in each room, which is plenty.
Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes.
I'm organizing them the same way I did in Owen's old closet, which is in rainbow order. I think it really adds a fun touch of color, especially if you are decorating a kid's room. If you have a bookshelf that's out in the open of a kid's room, that's a really fun way to organize and doesn't make the books look messy. I always used to like organizing them by height. I've never really been a type of person to organize books by genre. Maybe I just haven't had enough books or type or anything like that. So it's kind of fun when you're doing it by color to mix up the heights so it has a variance, and then it just looks really pretty with the colors. I'm also playing around with the idea of having the books lower down, so this is only on the second shelf, meaning Owen can reach it. Again, I'm saying I'm playing around with this because they've been high up in the past, and it would be great for him to be able to access some of his books. The shelf isn't so stuffed that he can't pull them out himself. There's a lot of movement there, so he can grab his own books. If for some reason he starts pulling all of them out and it becomes a huge process for me to clean up all of his books all the time because he's just pulling them all off the shelf, I will end up moving them up, but I'm going to give this a shot and see how it goes. And then the bottom 2 shelves, I am going to do one for stuffed animals and one for other little toys so he can, again, easily pull those out himself and grab things.
That it finds. The walls are listening when we talk, making echoes.
Now to organize the black bins that I got from Target, I am pulling out some of the other random things that I have to organize in his closet. I have a pile of memories, meaning things from when he was born, like his little baby hat and other things like that. And then I also like to have a bin for clothing accessories, like hats and sunglasses. We bought Owen one of those pairs of earmuffs that he can wear if he goes to a wedding where it's really loud, or if he goes to some sort of sporting event or something. So a bin for clothing accessories is great. And as he's now getting older and he's starting school, and we usually have like some travel items like portable sound machines or items that we would take just if we're going on a trip, all of those types of things need a home.
Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. There's no one left but you and me. It's like a made-up place that only we can see.
So I was really struggling to get the labels off the top of the bamboo lids, and there's a couple different types of lids they sell. They also sell plastic ones, and I would assume the labels would peel off of the plastic lids really easily. You'll see the disaster that's on the bamboo lids. I had to get some Goo Gone orange extract or lemon, any sort of citrus extract works great to remove sticky residue. And I grabbed a razor blade too, because I'm also taking off some of the vinyl labels that I made on bin clips from the Container Store. These I can put on the Target bins, the gray ones and the black ones. And those vinyl labels, I like to say they're semi-permanent. They do really well holding up to even the dishwasher if you put them on things that you're gonna put in the dishwasher, but you can also peel them up. You could peel them up just with your finger, but I painted my nails and didn't want to ruin my nail polish, so I was using the razor blade there and then getting rid of any sticky residue that might have been left over.
Some people say that the path you are choosing.
After that, it was time to make some new labels, so I pulled out my Cricut. I quickly typed up a few different things and found a fun font that seemed kid appropriate, and I'm gonna do black ones and white ones depending on the color of the bin and depending on the color of the bin clip. I had almost enough bin clips in my back stock of organizing supplies, but not quite. I was short on 2 bin clips, so I'm still gonna make the labels, and then I'm gonna need to go out and purchase 2 more clips, and then I'll just apply them once I get the clips.
It's like you don't know me by name anymore. And blue is the color of when you were leaving. Tell me, let me know what you feel inside. 'Cause you don't know me by name.
If you're ever interested in vinyl labels, they are always available on my website for purchase, or I do have a couple of YouTube videos on how to use a Cricut if you're thinking about purchasing a Cricut machine for yourself, whether it's this larger one that I have or the smaller Cricut Joy, which is much more affordable. I have videos on both of those to show you how I use them and some tips and tricks. Or if you don't want to go through all of that and learn how to use them or spend the money buying a machine, you can always head to my website and order labels for your next organizing project. I've decided to make labels that are as broad as possible, which is something I always recommend if you are going to be adding labels to any space that you organize, because things move around, especially in a kid's room as they grow and develop. Having a young toddler, I know the phases that he's going to go through are going to change so quickly. So instead of having a label that says diapers, I'm gonna have a label that says extras. Extras of what could be completely different depending on the stage that your child is in. So when I had a newborn, extras could have meant extra diaper cream or extra wipes. And then with an older kid, who knows, it could mean extra sheets or something like that. So keep the labels broad, and that way it'll grow with your kid.
Blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.
Last but not least, I have a few more size 2T things I'm gonna put in his dresser. This is a hand-me-down dresser we got from my husband's brother, my brother-in-law, and it works just fine because it's black and will fit in the theme. Actually, because we got this dresser for free, it's part of the reason I came up with this theme for the room. And I've started putting some of his larger sizes in here just like I did in the closet. And I'm just kind of thinking through how I wanna do it. I think at the top, I'm gonna do things like socks and pajamas. What else? Maybe extra sleep sacks or extra crib sheets can go up there. And then the next 2 drawers down, I'm gonna do one side for warm weather clothing and one side for cold weather clothing. And then on the bottom left, I am going to have all of his larger sizes, anything above a size 2T. And then on the bottom right, I think I'm mostly gonna put blankets down there.
Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.
These expandable drawer organizers work really well because they customize to your space, so you can pull them in and out depending on how large your drawers are. And for these drawers, they actually pull all the way out and fit great. They are really nice for little kids' clothing because some of those slots on the sides are nice and small and perfect to fold up his clothing. But I think they'll also grow with him, and the square slots in the middle are a little bit larger too for larger clothing or once he gets to bigger sizes.
I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.
That is it for today's video. In just a second, I am going to show you the full after of the closet. Thank you for joining me. I also want to mention I will be reorganizing the nursery closet, so stay tuned for that video. There's going to be a lot more content putting these two rooms together and just other prep videos. I need to reorganize the kids' bathroom now that there's going to be 2 kids, and just a whole lot of other stuff, maybe some freezer meal prep coming up as I get further along in pregnancy. But again, don't forget to subscribe to my other channel, Sophisticated Motherhood, for a lot of that content over there as well. But until next time, I will see you all later.